Hello, and welcome to Bucknell University's preview session. This video preview session is exactly like the one we give to on-campus visitors. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you sit back, relax, as we explore Bucknell together. Let's get started. All right, first we'll look at what we're going to discuss today. We're going to cover four main topics: who we are, where Bucknell can take you, what you'll experience as a student at Bucknell, and how to apply to Bucknell and finance your education. All right, let's go. Bucknell has a long tradition of innovation, exploration, and breaking new ground in higher education. We're proud of that 170 plus years of history, but we're not restricted by it. That means we're constantly innovating. We hire the best professors who are making breakthroughs in their field. We have a professor who discovered a new planet, one who found a new species of plant. These professors are eager for students to join their quest for new discoveries. We build world-class facilities like our new Academic East building that has the latest high-tech lab equipment. There's also the new Management and Art History building, which will open in 2021. These buildings, they're not museums. They're actually working laboratories of learning that offer the latest tools to help you invent the future. We also take it out of the classroom by offering hands-on academic experiences that immerse you in education. We're kind of redefining what and where a classroom can be. So one of my favorite examples is Jose Madero, a mechanical engineering professor here at Bucknell. He's working with students in our state-of-the-art labs to research biofuels. They're developing new ways to power engines using algae. This is a project driven by Professor Madero's past. When he was growing up as a kid in Mexico, Madero remembers school being canceled because the pollution was so thick. He lived with the problems caused by previous generations, and now he and his students are driving the solutions. Okay, next let's talk about our three colleges. I should say that these colleges don't exist in their own bubbles. They're all interconnected, meaning that students from any college can take courses in all three colleges. We've got the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Engineering, and the Freeman College of Management. Now, you can choose from more than 60 different majors at Bucknell, or you can pursue a double major. You can further broaden your experience by adding one of 70 different minors. We know that life doesn't happen in a straight line, and college should be about preparing you for a future that's unknown and unwritten. So our interdisciplinary approach, we feel, is the best way to do that. For example, when humanities professor Katie Fall needed to digitize some old handwritten memoirs, she knew there was a better way than going through each one and transcribing it by hand. So she turned to some of our computer engineering students, and they developed an experimental program that analyzes the difficult-to-read writings and digitizes them automatically. At some universities, these academic departments like those would be miles apart, but at Bucknell, we believe that connections lead to breakthroughs. Let's look at some numbers. Now, picking a university is about a lot more than just comparing numbers in a spreadsheet, but these three numbers here are really important to understanding all that makes Bucknell unique. Bucknell has 3,600 students, but we have the resources, facilities, and top-of-the-line equipment found at universities with 36,000 students. That means you'll have everything you need to research your goals and pursue your interests, but you won't be just another face in the crowd. How about 9-to-1? That's our low student-faculty ratio, which means that your professors will know you by name and be ready to help you and work side by side as you make groundbreaking discoveries. And 0. That's how many classes at Bucknell are taught by teaching assistants or graduate students. At Bucknell, you'll go hands-on from day one. You'll do real research from the day you arrive. That means you'll be in high-tech labs and innovative learning spaces. You'll be in places that other schools might reserve for their older students or graduate students. So you can make national headlines. You can get published in academic journals. You can present your findings at conferences around the world. You'll use the latest high-tech equipment from your first year on. Maybe you'll use optical tweezers that manipulate microscopic objects using lasers, all while answering questions other people haven't even considered asking. Bucknell is one of just a handful of colleges offering an undergraduate degree in animal behavior, and it's the only one with a true primate center. From your first year on, you'll get to work with 4 types of primates at our on-campus facility, giving you real-world experience that can propel you to a dream career. Next up, let's talk about some outcomes. Our unique approach to education blends the resources of our 3 colleges to yield some groundbreaking results. Students graduate from Bucknell ready to take on the world. 96% of students from the most recent graduating class reported a successful outcome within 9 months of graduation. Now, what does that mean? That means they quickly moved from Bucknell to a career, grad school, or volunteer work. How about return on investment? Those who started a career have an average starting salary of more than $59,000 a year. That's because employers see the value of a Bucknell education and want to hire our graduates for meaningful, well-paying jobs. And where are these jobs? Well, Bucknell graduates bring their sharpened curiosity to impressive careers at places like Amazon, Deloitte, ESPN, Facebook, Goldman Sachs, Google, IBM, L'Oreal, Nordstrom, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Southwest Airlines, Yelp, and many more. They attend top-ranked medical schools, law schools, and graduate schools. They also serve others in the Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, and Teach for America. How about Peter Puleo, a Bucknell graduate from the class of 2017? He helped design better cook stoves for families in rural Kenya. The stoves are safer, cheaper, and use half the fuel, meaning they're better for the environment. But he's not done there. Puleo wants to make the stoves even cheaper so they can reach the 3 billion people who currently rely on traditional fuels. And just to think, it all started at Bucknell. Let's look at some of our alumni. These alumni have won Pulitzer Prizes. They've become CEOs of major companies, and they've performed in some of the hottest shows on Broadway. We see Benga Akinabe, an actor in HBO's The Deuce and The Wire, and he was in the most recent Broadway production of To Kill a Mockingbird starring Jeff Daniels. Next is Bridget Fahey, director of the Division of Classification and Conservation at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Sunil Gulati, the former president of U.S. Soccer. Mark Laurie, CEO of Walmart's e-commerce division. Jessica Jackley, co-founder of the revolutionary micro-lending site Kiva. Rachel Sherbel, the Disney Imagineer who designed the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge section of Disneyland and Disney World. And Philip Roth, one of the most awarded American writers in history. All of them started at Bucknell. When you graduate from Bucknell, your journey continues. You'll join more than 54,000 alumni who are proud to call themselves Bucknellians. They know the value of a Bucknell education, and they're committed to helping you find success after you graduate. That alumni connection doesn't begin when you graduate, though. It begins the day you arrive. You'll have access to mentors who can help you find internships and meaningful career opportunities. Companies like Goldman Sachs, Deloitte, and PricewaterhouseCoopers have a history of hiring Bucknell grads, and that's going to continue now that Bucknell and these companies have teamed up for a mentorship program. This program matches Bucknell alumni and parents with students who are interested in launching their careers. Now, some mentorship programs focus on juniors and seniors, but this one, it starts right from your first year. Zeke Farkas, class of 2022, is paired with a class of 2016 graduate, working as a systems analyst at Goldman. Zeke says he appreciates having a direct link to someone working in this fast-paced field. Now that you've seen where you can go, let's discuss what you'll experience as a Bucknell student by taking a closer look at each of our 3 colleges. First up, our largest college, the College of Arts and Sciences, where you'll find more than 45 majors and 60 minors within this college alone. That includes, of course, arts and sciences, but also humanities and social sciences. Our newest majors include biophysics and Arabic and Arab world studies. The best part is these are cross-disciplinary, and you can double major or major and minor in any combination you choose. Where will you do all this? Well, you'll innovate and explore in our well-equipped labs, rooftop greenhouse, makerspaces, beautiful libraries, costume shops, on-campus art galleries, 3 theaters for student art performances, a recital hall, a downtown movie theater. All of these facilities anyone can use, regardless of major. And be sure to bring your ideas, because you'll discover research opportunities all over campus. Our faculty will then help you publish that work, travel to conferences, and secure internships at companies looking for analytical minds like yours. That means your work will not go unnoticed. For example, Brody Mistrot, class of 2021 and a chemistry student, is using next-generation 3D printing technology to design a device that will more effectively filter boron out of seawater. But he's not stopping there. Once he solves that puzzle, he plans to apply what he's learned to filter out other elements. Someday, he hopes to use that technology to filter carbon out of the atmosphere and slow the spread of climate change. Next up is the College of Engineering. Now, we don't really have engineering students here. We call them engineers. That's because our engineers begin solving the world's most confounding problems from day one, and that's why we have one of the country's top-ranked engineering programs. We offer 8 engineering majors, and you'll actually start your Bucknell journey in Engineering 101, which is a class designed to help you decide which engineering track best matches your passion. Once you've selected a major, you'll continue to work with students and professors from across the university, which will help you understand the broad impact of your engineering work. At Bucknell, you're going to take your curiosity into your own hands as an engineer. Welding and brazing, design, electronics and programming, all of that allows you to expand your interest through hands-on exploration at our famous makerspaces. That's what we call our network of creative spaces and design studios. Last year, one of our engineers invented a driving simulator that helps doctors assess whether patients with leg injuries have recovered enough to drive. That was Zane Patterson, class of 2022, and that device, which he created in a classroom at Bucknell, is now being used at Geisinger. That's the big hospital about 30 minutes east of here. Let's move on to the Freeman College of Management. We have 7 distinct majors in this college, including 2 new ones, the Business Analytics major and the Management and Organizations major. Our hands-on management courses aren't just for management majors. They're open to students in the College of Engineering and College of Arts and Sciences, too. The Freeman College of Management is accredited by the Association for the Advancement of Collegiate Schools of Business, or AACSB. That's a distinction held by only the top 5% of business schools in the entire world. So how does that help you? Well, it means Bucknell has name recognition within the business world and from future employers. Management courses at Bucknell aren't dress rehearsals. They're real life. At Bucknell, you'll start an actual company that sells real products and services in our innovative Management 101 course. You can also manage a $2 million investment fund where your decisions will have real financial consequences, or compete for funding to start a business in our annual Biz Pitch competition. Think Shark Tank, only better. Bucknell will take you where you need to go. Our management students can visit the New York Stock Exchange, meet CEOs in Silicon Valley, or travel to Dublin for a study abroad program that ends with a guaranteed internship. For example, look at Alex Nolan, class of 2014, and his sister Emily Nolan, class of 2016. They were tired of seeing the same old college apparel on campuses across the country, so Alex started a t-shirt company called Uscape Apparel when he was a Management 101 student right here at Bucknell. 4 years later, that company's success has skyrocketed. You'll find their Skyline-themed t-shirts in the Bucknell downtown bookstore and at more than 350 other college campuses from coast to coast. The Bucknell experience doesn't just happen right here on campus. About half of our students study abroad, choosing from more than 400 different destinations. You can experience a new culture, learn a language, and reconsider how you see the world, all while earning credits in an international perspective that'll look great on your resume. We also offer Bucknell In programs that merge the study abroad experience with Bucknell curriculum. It's a small group. It's you and 10 to 15 other students who will spend a semester in places like England, France, Ghana, Greece, or Spain. Bucknell's partnerships lead to real-world experience. We're going to connect you to summer internships, so you might end up at a place like American Express, Hulu, or Pfizer. We uncover opportunities for externships as well, which are 2-day job shadowing experiences for sophomores, usually held over winter break. Let's look at where you'll live at Bucknell. As a first-year student, you can choose to live in any one of our 9 residential colleges. You'll live in a hall together, go on trips, serve your community, and broaden your perspectives. Your options include the Arts College, Environmental College, Food College, Social Justice College, Society and Technology College, and 4 more. You can also choose to live in traditional residence hall housing. As a sophomore, junior, or senior, you can choose to live in a themed residence called an affinity house. This innovative living experience allows a group of students to reside together in one of 12 small houses across campus. The affinity houses include the Sustainability and Innovation House, International House, the LGBTQ-friendly Franz House, and the Out House, which promotes outdoor recreational activities. If you don't find the perfect affinity house, get a group of friends together and start your own. That happened this year with the Sunnyside House for women who want to support each other and the Rise House that's focused on civic engagement and giving back to the community. After your first year, you can choose a traditional residence hall or apartment-style housing. You should note that we guarantee on-campus housing for all 4 of your years. So that's where you'll live. What about what you'll do? With more than 200 student clubs, you'll never run out of things to do or people to meet. You can explore and deepen your existing passions or try something new. You'll find something to do every night of the week. Maybe you'll make a splash in Canoe Battleship, or hear an on-campus speaker like Bill Nye or Anderson Cooper, or team up with your friends for an intramural sport. Speaking of sports, Bucknell has more Division I sports teams than other schools our size. We have 14 women's teams and 13 men's teams. Compete alongside your teammates, or cheer the Bison to their latest victory on the field, the court, or in the pool. Lewisburg, Pennsylvania is the quintessential college town. It's a historic town with a beautiful Victorian architecture, diverse restaurants, and charming shops. You'll find more coffee shops, art galleries, and live music venues than you'd expect a small town to have, and it's all just a few steps from campus. The campus theater is also downtown, and it's one of the nation's only remaining Art Deco movie theaters. It's a beautifully renovated theater that shows first-run, art house, documentary, and classic films. Bucknell students can attend screenings for entertainment or for education. The theater is used frequently by film and media studies majors. Or maybe you want to venture out a little further. You can take a guided trip into Pennsylvania's greater than great outdoors, or borrow the gear you need to go backpacking, camping, snowshoeing, canoeing, paddleboarding, or kayaking with your friends. There are more than 8 state parks within an hour's drive from campus. All right, so let's talk about applying to Bucknell. What are we looking for? We review each application manually. That means there's no algorithm here. We take time to get to know each one of you through your application. We take a holistic approach that's about understanding everything that makes you unique, including, yes, your grades, but also your involvement in clubs, organizations, employment, and service to your community. We also have a test-optional admissions policy at Bucknell because we care about getting to know the whole you. You can choose whether to include your test scores when applying, and that has no bearing on your admissions decision. So here's a look at all the different things we consider when getting to know you. We look at your writing skills, your grades, your test scores, if you choose to submit them, your creativity, community involvement, diverse perspectives, the quality of your coursework, your talents, your activities and leadership, your goals, and also any letters from your teachers or counselors. So, what are the deadlines? For Early Decision 1, it's November 15th. When you apply Early Decision, you're telling us Bucknell is your top choice college. For Early Decision 1 applicants, you'll also learn whether you are admitted to Bucknell in December, instead of waiting until the end of March for your decision. Early Decision 2 or Regular Decision by January 15th. You also want to make sure your CSS profile and FAFSA are filled out by those same deadlines. We accept the Common App and the Coalition App. We don't require additional essays beyond the standard one used by the Common App and Coalition App. We do have one supplemental question where we ask you to share why you selected the first choice major you picked or why you chose to apply undecided. We also should share information about financial aid. I want you to know Bucknell is not out of reach. More than half of all full-time undergraduates receive Bucknell grants and scholarships. That includes both need and merit-based aid. Nearly 2/3 of Bucknellians receive financial aid of some form, including loans and work study. We hope you've enjoyed this video preview session and encourage you to come to campus when you can. Until then, please visit our website, bucknell.edu, to continue exploring campus. You can follow us on Instagram at BucknellU or follow our student-run Instagram account at IamRayBucknell. And we want to hear from you if you have any questions about Bucknell. Just email us at admissions@bucknell.edu or call 570-577-3000. Thanks for joining us, good luck in your college search, and we hope to see you soon.